So I always tell people I got to convince my kids they don't need spare tires, because I figure my generation is stuck. We're pretty much not going to change. But the next generation of car buyers that we're all trying to appeal to, whether it's to appeal to them for replacement tires or us to appeal to them is, hey, you guys really got to get excited about cars, and cars are a way of life, and cars are a social statement, and all the things that we grew up believing cars are. This next generation of kids isn't that focused on cars. And so we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how we get them excited about it. But as we're doing that, we need to convince them that, hey, maybe you don't need to have a spare tire. You don't need to have that redundancy in the trunk. Next generation of sealants. And I say this without actually coming out saying what should it be. But as we move forward, things need to be more seamless for customers. It needs to be easy to do. And it needs to be, it needs to seal bigger and bigger holes. And it needs to maybe even be a permanent fix, so that you might envision that, hey, if I put this stuff in on the side of the road, I don't have to go do something else. But when you put the sealant in, now I've got to go do something. I've got to deal with repairs place, and they may or may not be happy with the fact that there's sealant in that tire. The question is, do I see OEs pulling back on the proliferation of wanting new tire sizes? So I can tell you from Ford, we have for about 8 years been more diligent about not asking for new tire sizes, partially for that very reason, because we recognized a while ago that we were having a lot of customer dissatisfaction on customers couldn't go, they didn't have choices for replacement tires. So we have been restricting it, but I can tell you as we go into new architectures, I am getting pushed by the studio. The question is there a trend to reduce the number of low section height tires? No, I tell you the trend's the other way. We want more low section height tires. Design leadership is really what drives that. Right? It really wasn't, at least at Ford, it wasn't driven by performance so much as design leadership. Big wheels and tires that fill the wheel arches are design leadership metrics. And so the challenge to us is, when you have these low section height tires, how do you set the vehicle up? How do you design the tire and wheels in such a way that you don't have all that damage? And I tell you, because this is a subject that's near and dear to me, our vehicles have some stuff in them and some design criteria that make us more robust than others to some of the pothole damage, even with low profile tires. And we do pay a lot of attention to it. Doesn't mean we've eliminated it, but we do a lot of effort to try and make sure that customers can hit stuff and not damage the tire or the wheel.